Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Delilah from the Holistic Enchilada, and today I'm going to be showing you my styling routine on wash days when I use EVOLVh. So I have been using EVOLVh for a couple of months now. It is my new favorite brand. Just slightly, I like it just a little bit better than I like Raw Curls, only because with EVOLVh I get a lot more volume than I get with Raw Curls. Raw Curls gives me a lot more definition. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later. But for now, I'm going to show you exactly what it is that I use. So for this wash day, I did a deep condition. However, I did shampoo with the Ultra Shine EVOLVh line, and then I used their Ultra Repair deep conditioner. This deep conditioner is not as moisturizing as others, but it has more protein in it, which is why I like to use it because my hair likes protein. I tend to get that really soft seaweedy hair when I use a lot of moisture, and it just flattens out and doesn't curl as much. So that's why I like EVOLVh much better. So I use their shampoo and conditioner, the Ultra Shine, and then I use this Briogeo Scalp Revival treatment serum. This is for my scalp. I have very dry, itchy, flaky scalp. This stuff has been a lifesaver. It really reduces my itching and my flaking by a lot. It's not completely gone, but it's significantly less, and it lets me go much longer in between wash days because I'm not scratching my head and just dying to wash my hair. After that, I use the Smart Start Leave-In Spray from EVOLVh. This is a conditioner. They also have a volume spray. I alternate between the two depending on what I want. They both work well. And then I scrunch and squish in the Total Control Styling Cream. This is essentially their version of a gel. It is like a cream and gel in one. It's a very unique product. You need very small amounts. And then I finish off with the Wonder Balm. Again, this one you need even less of. This is like a serum. And I know some people use this alone to style their hair. It's not enough hold for me. But I live in Miami. It's super humid. So that probably, this might work for people who live in a drier climate and don't need so much hold to prevent the frizz from the humidity. I need both. So that's the order that I use the products that works for me. They actually recommended to use it in a different order, but I experimented in different ways and cocktailing. And this is just the way that I like I like how my hair comes out using it in this particular order. So now I'm going to show you exactly how I put the products in my hair. I had my hair in deep conditioner for about an hour. I put it on in the shower, and then I picked it up and clipped it, and I've just been doing things around the house. So now I'm going to rinse it out, and then I'm going to come back and show you exactly how I put all the products in my hair. Remember that normally I do this in the shower and I am completely upside down. I do rinse the conditioner out of my hair with my head upside down, and then I do everything like that. So I'm going to try as best as I can to replicate what I do in the shower for you. So I finished rinsing out my hair, so my hair is soaking wet right now. And the first thing that I do is I use the Briogeo Scalp Revival Treatment Drops in my scalp. This is to help my itchy, flaky scalp, and it helps me go much longer in between wash days as well, because usually my scalp can't take very many days. I'm down to the last bit. So what I do is I put a nice big drop on my fingers, emulsify, and then I just massage it all over my scalp. Stuff has a nice cooling effect from the peppermint oil. I love it. Feels really nice and refreshing on the scalp. And I do use this in between my wash days on my dry scalp. Usually around day 3 or day 4, I'll massage them in just like this. And then I'll use one of those head massagers as well. And that helps me go a few more days before I need to wash. So I just want to make sure that I massage it all over. Make sure that you're really getting your fingers to your scalp and you're not just massaging it into your hair. You want it on the scalp and not the hair. Okay, next is the leave-in conditioner. I usually rotate between the EVOLVh Smart Start and the Smart Volume. They both work really well for me. Since I did deep condition today with the EVOLVh deep conditioner that has a lot of protein, I'm going to use this one. It has a little less protein than the Smart Volume does. Okay, so it's a little bit stringy, so I'm going to add some water from the sink. Okay, so you see how that clumped it up much better. So now I'm just going to squish. I'm still losing hair as I do this. Put a little more conditioner here in the end. See if I can get it to clump a little better. When my hair doesn't clump well, I just add water, some conditioner, and then this piece isn't clumping, so I'm just kind of pulling on it like this to get it to stick together. And then sometimes I'll finger coil it a little bit to encourage the curl. And then I just continue to scrunch and squish. See how that formed a much better clump? That's what you want. So I make sure that before I put my products on, I'm clumping everything up. Because with the EVOLVh products, you put such a small, tiny amount that you can't get it to clump with the products. You have to clump it before. So I always make sure before I can clump it up as best as I can. Oh, my back hurts. Okay. Next up is the Total Control Styling Cream. This is like their gel. On the very bottom of this little sample, but I just ordered an 8-ounce bottle. So like I said, with this brand, you don't have to use a lot. This is how much I'm putting on. So it's about a dime size. And I'm just going to emulsify it in my hands, and then I'm just going to, from the bottom, squish it in. And I'm just going to do this all over as many times as I can to make sure I'm getting the product everywhere. I've tried with EVOLVh raking it in or doing the, I forget, praying hands method, section by section, and really this is the best way to get it in all over. Whenever I've tried any of the other methods, I end up getting really spotty application and it just doesn't look good. So this is the best way. Okay, so want to make sure that your clumps are still intact. I always have trouble right here. The clumps are really not as thick as I would like, but that's just that section of my hair always does that no matter what. I always have trouble, so I'm just going to try to curl these a little bit. And the last thing I'm going to do is put on the Wonder Balm. This is a product that lasts forever. I've had this for months and barely put a dent in it. I put half a pump, so about the same amount as the gel. Emulsify, and then just do the same thing as I did with the gel. The more that you squish like this, the better it's going to come out. The more it's going to spread all over evenly, and it's just going to dry better. So I do that until I'm satisfied. Okay, so the last step is to dry my hair with, I use this flour sack towel from Raw Curls. I used to use these Chubby Twists, and I still like them, but I get less frizz with the flour sack towel, so I've just been using this. So what I do is I fold it in half to get it, because it's really thin, so I fold it in half to get it to be a little thicker, like a big square. And then just like I was doing with my products, I'm just going to push it up to my scalp and then squeeze the ends. I don't plop anymore because it really weighs down my roots. So I kind of just do this. And that's it. So this is what it looks like when I come back up. And then I kind of just leave it wherever it falls. It usually parts on this side, but sometimes it'll part in the middle or on the other side. I just leave it alone, and I fix the part after I dry my hair, because when I dry my hair it tends to look completely different. So I will change the part as I need. This is being a little bit stubborn in my face, so I'm going to clip it. So for the clips, I use these little Diva Curl clips. I got these off of Amazon. Sometimes I use them all over my head, but honestly I find that they don't make all that much of a difference for me. So I don't use them regularly unless I have like this little piece that I just need to get on my face. Probably put this right here. And since I'm putting one in, I guess I'll put a few in. See if it makes a difference. I think that's good. Alright, so I'm going to let my hair dry for about 15 minutes, air dry, and then I'm going to come in and diffuse it the rest of the way, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes, and now I'm going to go ahead and dry my hair with the diffuser. Okay, so now that it is dry, that took me, looking at the time here, 6 minutes, but I have very thin, very fine, low density, high porosity hair, so it dries pretty quickly. Don't have a lot of it, and super thin. So now I'm just going to shake the roots out. And with EVOLVh, there's no cast that forms. You can see already how nice and fluffy it is. so I don't have to scrunch out the crunch like I do with other products. So now I will go ahead and kind of part it wherever I want it. I guess it's staying there. Right after diffusing, it tends to look really fluffy and not as defined. I usually style my hair in the afternoon or night. Like right now it is about 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. So this piece is a little bit kind of frizzy, but I don't mind. I'll put some water on it. So I don't really mind because my hair looks much better on day 2. So I leave it, if it dries fluffy, I kind of leave it because it will clump up overnight and then it'll look really nice tomorrow. And that's pretty much, regardless of the brand product that I use, that's how my hair tends to behave. So I prefer with EVOLVh, since it gives me such a fluffy look on wash day, I get a really nice look on the next days. If I use other brands like Raw Curls that are really defining, then it just looks really flat after. So it'll look really good on wash day, but on days 2, 3, and on, it just gets flatter and flatter. And I don't have that problem with EVOLVh. I don't mind the fluffy look. I really like it. I like the volume. So I'm one of those people that chooses volume over definition every time. And since I have super thin hair, it's really hard for me to get any volume. So anything that gives me volume, I love. So this is what it looks like right now. It'll probably settle after a couple of hours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back. I think I'm going to go to bed soon. So I'm going to put this into a buff probably in about an hour and sleep. And then in the morning, I'll take the buff out and I'll show you what it looks like then. Okay, so this is what it looks like when I wake up the next day. I haven't done anything to it other than just kind of fix the part after I got dressed. But I'm going to show you now what I do with the little parts that need a little more product. But as you can see, compared to how it looked last night when I took it, or when I had finished diffusing, the fluffiness is kind of settled and it has clumped together very nicely. This is why I do my hair at night, because by morning time, I've got these nice clumps and it's a lot less fluffy than if I were to go out on wash day. But like I said, if I have to, I do. So really, this side looks fine to me. I'm not going to add any product. I don't see any curls that need any help. On this side, I just have a spot right here that you can't really tell, but it's actually, you can't see it at all. It's a little bit frizzy, just like up here. So I'm just going to take the gel. This is the styling cream, which is their gel from EVOLVh. I'm going to put a little bit on my fingers. When my hair is dry, I need more product than when it's wet. And then I'm just going to, actually, let me add a little bit of water. And then I just take it, kind of like I did last night, and I'm just going to kind of just pull it through and finger coil it a bit with the product, and then kind of just smooth it over in the sections that need it. But I think that is the only piece that I see. I think this is the same curl that I had fixed last night. I'm just going to leave it. It's just, that's the way it is. But the rest of it looks fine. This is a little frizzy. Let's add some things to that. Okay, so that should dry perfectly fine. The rest you can see I still have, by flipping my part, I got a lot of volume, so maybe tomorrow or the next day I'll end up flipping it back to the other side. But this is why I love EVOLVh so much, because I get so much volume and it's such soft, fluffy curls. I don't have a cast at all. It's still shiny and it literally feels like I have nothing in my hair. Like if you touch my hair, it looks like I just got out of the shower and it dried like this. That's how it feels. So that's why I like EVOLVh so much. I can go so many days in between washes because it just doesn't build up on my hair. I use barely anything and it's just so lightweight. I just love it for that reason. So I just want to show you what it looks like all around. So from the back so you can see. Okay, it's super soft, super fluffy, bouncy, but it's still defined enough that you can see I barely have any frizz. If I can get closer, I mean these are all like little baby hairs that I have growing, but especially if you look here, you can see there's really very little frizz. It's just soft, fluffy, and defined. Just why I love EVOLVh so much. So I'm going to be doing the next video with my raw curls wash day. My next wash day, which will probably be on the weekend. Today's Monday. I use raw curls when I want a lot more definition. When I want a lot more fluffiness and volume, then I go to the EVOLVh. So they're both really great product lines. They give me two completely different results. So I can't really say that one is better than the other. I just prefer more volume, so I like using EVOLVh. But remember that everyone's curls are different. Think about what you want, how you want your curls to look, and then decide. My curls look great with EVOLVh, but again, my hair is super thin. I don't have a lot of it. It's high porosity. I also didn't use a lot of products. So if you have more hair, thicker hair, you may need more, but this may not work for you as well as it works for me. With EVOLVh, their shampoo and conditioner are nowhere near as hydrating as any other curly brand I have tried. Raw Curls is much more moisturizing, and I think that for my hair, it just weighs it down. It does give great definition, but it weighs down my hair because it's a little too much moisture. My hair likes a little more protein and less moisture. So EVOLVh works great for me in that sense. The styling products, however, tons of moisture in the styling products. So while they don't put them in their shampoo and conditioner, they do have them in the styling products. So I don't feel my hair as soft after I shampoo and condition it with EVOLVh. Once I spray in the leave-in conditioner, it feels fine. But when you start putting in the products, you really feel how soft it is. That's not the case with other brands like Raw Curls, for example, or Bounce Curl. You feel it as soon as you're rinsing. Even with the shampoo, your hair still feels super soft. So that's a big difference in those brands. So think about how much moisture you may need for your hair before considering which brands to try as well. Also, EVOLVh comes in these really tiny little trial sizes. I think they have like it's like $40 for the kit that has 4 shampoo, conditioner, and then it has a styling product or a deep conditioner. They have all these different kits. I recommend if you get one, get the one that has the Total Control gel, not the styling lotion, and the Ultra Moisture. Is it Ultra Moisture? Oh, Ultra Shine. The Ultra Shine line, not the Curls. The Curls line is really not as moisturizing as this is, so it probably wouldn't work for most of you. And they also have these really tiny $3 samples of pretty much everything. And the Wonder Bomb too. I think it's $12 for the Wonder Bomb, but all the other ones $3. And if you use my coupon code, I think it's HE15. Double check. I'll put it down below. That gives you 15% off on top of that as well. So if you do want to try EVOLVh, then use my coupon code below to get 15% off, and go ahead with one of the kits or the samples before you commit to the full size because it's a completely different brand. It works so different from any other brand I've tried before. So definitely try one of the smaller sizes before you commit to a bigger size.